All right, we're here at 817 North Cordova Street in Alhambra. Now, there were no mainline cleanouts available to us, so we've tried every single vent on the roof, and basically none of them really allowed us to gain access except the one by the kitchen sink. So there is a 2-inch roof vent over there, and that's the only one that we were able to get into the sewer line from. Now, we obviously cannot check every pipe in the house, so this is the only place that we could gain access. Of course, you want to have your general inspector. He's going to crawl underneath the house. He's physically going to look at the sewer line or drain lines as much as possible. We're here to check the main line, and we obviously cannot check every pipe in the house. But we're going to check the main line, and we're pretty much 150 feet in where we've come to the city connection. Now, just around the corner here is the city connection. We've run a lot of water. The water is flowing, but however, we cannot check the city connection completely because it's a little rusted up, and the distance, and over the distance, we've gone through a lot of turns. We cannot push the camera any further. But we're right at the city connection. Very typical of this area. It's a cast iron pipe all the way to the city connection in the street. So we're in a cast iron pipe right now. We're going to bring the camera back. So this is in the street. Now you can see the cast iron definitely getting a little old. There's no doubt about that. It definitely has some rust buildup in it. However, I never saw any roots or anything getting into the line. But we'll take a look at it as we're coming back. You can see it's obviously getting a little old. Also, I want to let you know that it appears that the house has been vacant, so when something hasn't had water going through it for a long time, it kind of dries the cast iron out. This is functioning, but it is getting old. Definitely has a little bit of rust buildup. By no means the worst I've ever seen, that's for sure. You can see it still looks pretty round, considering that I've run a lot of water through it now. We're basically onto the property now, where we're coming through the front yard. I've located a spot where the pipe exits the house, like 3 feet deep. I'm definitely going to recommend like a two-way clean out be installed, and possibly run a cable with a blade through the line to descale the pipe somewhat. Although you can see it doesn't really look too bad now that I've run a lot of water through the line. One thing I always recommend is that you never flush tampons, baby wipes, paper towels, things like that. Remember, we're looking at the inside of the pipe. We cannot see the outside of the pipe. So the general inspector, when he crawls underneath and he does his physical inspection, he'll be able to look at the plumbing as best as possible. We're into the 2-inch pipe now, coming back. And you can actually see this doesn't look too bad at all, considering that it's a big camera that we're running through, a 2-inch line, and it's pretty open. And we tried every single vent, and this was the only one that we got lucky with, because they all had like turns in the vents, and we cannot get a big camera or even a little camera through there. Okay, here it comes up the roof vent. Here we are on top of the roof. We'll go ahead, stop the recording over here.